Logan and to Mighty Myths.
Hi there. I'm Mighty Mouth, and
I'm Gabe.
this is Link's Awakening, the original for the Game Boy. Super exciting. Okay. Are we all ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Alright, so this is Link's Awakening Warpless. This game has a few minor differences in the DX version that you'll see later in this marathon. Mainly that there are no colors. But the rule sets are also pretty different between the two games, just to make it a little more different gameplay-wise. In this rule set, the out-of-bounds rules have changed quite a bit. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but the biggest glitch that we're not allowed to use is definitely the screen warping glitch that you might be familiar with, where you press select as you screen transition, and you can kind of screen warp, just like in Zelda 1. That won't be used. It's a little bit too broken, and I'll kind of explain the rule set further as we see examples. But here we see Mai grabbing the sword a little bit earlier than you normally would, because Link's shield has its own hitbox, and so it extends a little bit further than Link's. So you can grab the shield a little bit before the owl leaves. And we'll be using that same concept here to try to dupe rupees. Oh, nice. Because they're two distinct hitboxes, the Link's shield and him, they can actually both grab rupees at the same time if you position yourself correctly. Those are pretty good dupes. We need to get 10 rupees total. Get everything we need at the shop. Also, this game lags a lot more than the DX counterpart. This is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of lag.
That's the power of 1993, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely.
So this is one of 2 deaths that I'll get in the game, hopefully. I'm saying that now so that the game can prove me wrong later.
Mighty actually bought the bombs without paying any rupees. The rupees tick down incrementally, and you can just save and quit to interrupt it and keep your rupees. So that way we can go and do trendy.
Oh no. That should be fine. Hopefully. I hope. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. You're good. Yeah, this game, you can skip a lot of text boxes with the save and quit menu. The game kind of runs in the background while like the white fade out is happening, and that interrupts text boxes, so it's pretty neat. Mighty will be using that throughout the entire run.
We get to skip more text than they get to skip in the other versions of this game.
Also, that's Bow Wow.
Oh yeah, we love
the Bow Wow.
We
will be seeing more of him, a lot more of him.
This is the owl. We will be seeing less of him.
Hopefully.
I'm getting all of these deloads.
I believe.
So, what's going to happen here is you're going to see something called a bomb trigger, and so only one, like, cutscene. Oh my god, no. Please, no. Okay. Only one cutscene can happen at a time, and when you do 2 bombs within 4 frames of each other, the other cutscene that's supposed to happen on a screen happens, and so basically I just skipped having to use magic powder on the Tanuki to make him Terran again, because I don't care about Terran.
It's a little bit complicated. There are multiple ways to kind of trigger a bomb glitch, bomb trigger, whatever you want to call it. The main way is using the screen transition. Also, you can put keys in from the side.
Link has very
So
stretchy.
this is Dungeon 1. Yeah, he does. Dungeon 1 is done pretty normally for the first half, until we get Feather, which happens to be one of the most broken items in the game. Also, you see when Mighty opened the chest to get the key there, he opened the save and quit menu. It's just to skip the text. So every time Mighty opens the chest, he will pair that with a save and quit menu.
Quick thing that I'm going to explain is that you see how Link sort of, like, pushes into walls and things? That's called a wall clip, and it's important for later.
You can see it there, how Link is kind of inside the wall. Alright, so that's the feather. The feather lets us jump. I'm not sure how, but it does. So we can use that to do a lot of sequence breaks. The game devs really didn't plan out the feather properly, and so there's so many sequence breaks you can do with just really easy jumps. But here's something that's it's a little bit more glitchy, not really intended. It looks like that. So all the walls in dungeons are also ledges that you can jump off of. Like, they reuse the same tiles for ledges and walls. So if you position yourself right with a wall clip and jump and turn Link around with an item, you can trick the game into thinking you're on top of the ledge and then just kind of jump down. We call that super jump. Also, arrows are OP.
Yes. Oh no.
Ooh. And no, I believe this will be a perfect fight. This is fine. I never doubted.
I'm glad you didn't, because I certainly did. Oh.
Also, this is the only instrument cutscene we're going to see.
Yes, that's true. You will not see any other instrument cutscenes. Promise on God.
More on that later.
There is. Okay, so I lied when I said we'll see less of the owl, but in my defense, when I said it, I said that we would see less of an owl than we would see of Bow Wow. So, that covers my bases in case we see a lot of the owl this run. You know.
Nice save.
So, fun fact about children, when they're yelling at you about something that happened, like a dog being stolen by violent pig monsters, you can just yell "bee" at them and they'll stop talking.
I guess they're allergic to the bees? I don't know.
Who knows? But, I believe that's only in the Japanese version? I'm not entirely sure.
In LA, it's in every version. In LADX, it's in every version except the English version. It's really weird.
Also, whenever I'm jumping, I'm trying to jump diagonal because I move more.
Yeah,
Jumping
it retains your cardinal speed, whereas just normal walking makes you slow down. Here is King Moblin. He stole Bow Wow and is holding him hostage.
How dare.
Should be a pretty easy 2-cycle with spin attacks. This game does not handle layers very well, so you can kind of do jump attacks, and they're really broken. Whereas in like Oracle games, it was kind of fixed. There's more height detection. So now we have Bow Wow, and we will not be returning Bow Wow, unfortunately. We will be taking Bow Wow on a very, very long walk.
Yeah, you can go back to the lady and she'll say, "Oh, no, I don't want Bow Wow."
That's a pretty good eat. It's all RNG. You could be standing there for like 45 seconds and it's torture.
I think I've had him not eat for a minute. He had a very full day that day.
You know, sometimes you're just not hungry. Nothing you can do about that.
It is what it is. These 2 chests out of like 3 that we're going to get right now, you have to open your save and quit menu like really late, and so it can trip you up and sometimes you'll see text.
Yeah, in DX version, it's like you can open up the menu a lot earlier for some reason. It's really weird. I don't really understand.
That is true. Bow Wow. Sorry.
It trips me up when I go between the two games. Oh, nice
But-
heart. That's gonna be important.
Yeah. It is factual Bow Wow doesn't exist, neither does Bow Wow's owner or anyone on this island.
Spoilers.
Up
Wow.
until Hyrule Warriors, where they are made canon again.
She uses the ghosts. You can kind of trick their physics, making them fly off screen, and when they're off screen, it spawns the chest. And we will not be returning to D2 until the very end of the run. Just because we passed right by at the very end, and we have more items to do it faster. It's just really convenient to just do it at the end.
Also, the genie fight is terrible, and you cannot pay me to do it. So the mushroom
That's
is
the
very important. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. So Mighty, when you saw Mighty enter Dungeon 2, he spammed his powder to get rid of them. So that'll make the mushroom spawn, and it was what you used to get powder casually, without the trendy game. But it's also very broken, because it gives us a text box when we use it, and text boxes in this game are very broken. We'll see more of that later. Did you forget where you're going?
Did
That
I
was
forget where I
weird
was going?
routing. Yeah, that was weird routing. You just save and quit.
Oh. Well, you know, sometimes
Good,
I just have to, like,
The stress from marathon run, I guess.
you know.
Actually, no, that was intentional.
It was
Uh,
Halloween
so-
party night.
Yeah. So those warp tiles, the ones that look like that, they activate when you go into that screen. So it's just really convenient that it's right there, next to Dungeon 2. So we can go back there later.
I really hope that Bow Wow just ate 4 enemies, because I was not keeping track. I was
Oh,
trying to
just
follow the
an
bit.
extra You can just kill an extra one in D3.
I know.
I'm sorry, I ruined your kill routing.
No problem.
So yeah, that's how broken the mushroom is. No comment.
When you fall with the mushroom, you get a text box, and you can get pushed down into the lower level. We'll call it the upside down. You know, for Halloween vibes.
Yeah. So the rule set in this category restricts you from being able to transition on the screen when you're on top of a solid tile. But it does not restrict you transitioning onto a solid tile. When you do that, the game kind of pushes you onto the first available walkable tile, and so you can just get pushed all the way down. It might do the same thing to escape.
What's
Nice.
really fun is when you come in here with like 1 or 2 hearts, and then you die because those bomb bites do a heart of damage. I am going to be
favorite.
killing all of these enemies, because I need to kill a lot for Pop. Piece of power.
Yes, pizza power.
Mm-hmm. But I
so-
like... Go ahead, sorry.
You like pop?
I like to think of it as Pepsi power.
I see. So Pepsi power drops when you kill a certain number of enemies. I think it's like 24 or something. I don't remember. There it is. It makes you run faster, and it does more damage. It's really helpful for the boss.
It is.
This is a Dongo skip. It's dumb. It looks like that. So when you're in that ledge fall state after you do a super jump, Link doesn't have any collision, and so if you clink off the Dodongo while you're in that state, you can change Link's momentum. And we'll probably be seeing more of that trick later.
Possibly. Although, I don't know. I'm feeling frisky. Maybe I'll go back to the start of the dungeon and get that key.
Or in D4, maybe you'll do the puzzle normally.
Possibly.
You never
Okay.
know. Sometimes
wait.
it would be spontaneous. That's
You didn't-
yeah, that's like a text clip glitch thing. It's cool. It's the same kind of thing as the mushroom where the text boxes are broken.
I wish we didn't fight bosses. However, we are contractually obligated to fight at least 4 bosses.
I don't make the rules. This boss is cool though. If you do it right, it looks pretty sick.
Oh,
nice. Alright, so that's an instrument cutscene skip. It's has 50% chance of being frame perfect and 50% chance of being 2-frame window. It's really dumb. But Mighty was a little bit early on the pause. And if you do it that, you'll not only have to pause and unpause frame perfectly to get into the right frame. It's also just a 50% trick at that point. So not only was the Mighty frame perfect, but he was also lucky. So that was really cool. Saving it like that is actually does not happen very often. So that's ICS. It skips the instrument cutscene. It's a pretty broken glitch. It's also really dumb. And Mighty will be trying to get 7 of them.
it saves about 15 seconds each time, and when this category was no save, not no save and quit, no wrong warp out of bounds, it was required for Dungeon 4.
Yes, it skipped the ghost side quest. So now Mighty's about to die. This is kind of Monka-esque, not gonna lie. But that's okay. Dying here is good, I promise.
So, we do the color dungeon very carefully and very methodically. So carefully and methodically that I don't know if we can give you our trade secrets. Terribly sorry about that.
That's tough. Sucks to be you right now. So yeah, this is a bomb trigger to activate this cutscene. But Bow Wow actually kind of breaks this. In that Bow Wow kind of makes you stay in a cutscene state. So Mighty can't use any items right now. Can't save and quit. Can't really do anything. But he can move. When you move, you can die. So now Mighty's dead.
And that lets me come back here. And it's important to go back there instead of entering a room in the desert, because that will allow me to save and quit out of the desert so that I don't have to see an owl.
Yeah. Also, there might be a mini-boss here, there might not. Let's see.
No mini-boss, I just sacrificed arrows.
Yeah, don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I tried to skip a cutscene, and we... Okay, not a cutscene, a text box. If I save and quit too early, I don't collect the key, and then I have to go back. Lose 2 more arrows. So that's why we got the warp thing earlier.
So, we went to Dungeon 1, Dungeon 2, and Dungeon 3. Next is Dungeon 4. Hope you're counting. I know math is hard, but just bear with us.
Dungeon 4 has a neat trick to get to it.
Yeah, that's called a shack jump. Pretty cool. It's kind of like a super jump, but you don't need to be clipped. Pretty situational, though.
I think I'll be doing 3. That was 1. If I don't mess it up, there'll be 1 in Dungeon 7. This is Dungeon 4. It's a fun time. So long as this specific jump doesn't go too terribly. And let's see. Oh no, it went terribly. Oh no, it's going terribly.
This is unfortunate. Oh no, this is fine.
Yeah, everything's fine now. We're all good. There are some fun tricks. Not much
Also,
going on.
This jump skips like half the dungeon and is really easy too. So, there you go. You just jump and hold up, and then you cross the gap. This is Cue Ball. We will be seeing more of Cue Ball in Dungeon 8.
You'll see him for a sec, and then
Yeah, like 2 frames.
he'll disappear. Which, so, like, to explain the rule set a bit further for Out of Bounds, like, warping... What's a wrong warp is when you go from one dungeon or cave system to another dungeon or cave system. Or transitioning over a solid tile, or something like that. So, as long as you stay within the dungeon system, you are not have to worry. Which is very
Also,
important
Clink.
for Dungeon 8. Yeah, that was
Yes.
P-Heck Clink.
Also, this jump skips Ixmaki, and it's really easy.
And so much of this game is very skippable. It's lovely.
Yeah, they put pots there in the Switch version to keep you from doing that. I thought was funny. I don't know why they have that in the first place. Like, you're able to enter that room.
Well. I just wanted to spend some time with y'all so that you could hear this lovely harp music, because I know that y'all are
It would
missing
be-
out on it.
It'd be a good time for any donations if you have some, Trez. Guess not. Alright,
Oh.
so... Now, hope you guys been keeping track of the dungeons. We've done 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's next?
7, of course.
Obviously. Just simple
Alright.
math, guys. Oh, you have a
Sorry.
donation? Go for it.
Oh, I have a donation, yeah. Just want to say thank you to Jiffy donating $40, saying 39 bongs plus 1 great cause means $40. Thanks everyone in ZSR, and here's to a fantastic last half of the marathon. Thank you so much. And also thank you to Lost the Pirate for $25, saying, doing my part to bring one of the best meme runs to the small screen. I can't do this alone, so please help me to fund the Jotwad bonus run. Indeed, I agree. Thank you so much. And also thank you to Vimilia sponsoring or donating another $20, saying a bit early because it's time I get some sleep. But I hope that all of our runners for Wind Waker have a great run. Minus my diametrically opposed foe Slam, he can have a good run instead. Alright, thank you so much everybody.
Thanks, Trez.
Bow Wow doesn't just eat enemies, too. You'll see that in a bit. This is fun. So there's a rooster skip in LADX, but LA, since we can go out of bounds, it's a bit better. We call it
Yeah, we
rooster
have-
skip.
Yeah, the out of bounds rules in this category are a little more lenient, so we can do that. We don't have to do the infamous double frame perfect rooster skip. So we skip it by doing rooster skip. But then just getting the rooster and doing it normally apparently is like rooster skip or something. It goes on. There's a lot of ways to do that trick.
Yeah. Rooster skipping is a cycle flowing into eternity. So, the reason why you can't jump and go over here from the other cave is because they're actually separate cave systems. Which is something that I found out when I tried to do that one time. I was, oh, hey,
Oh, nice. Nice damage
rude.
fist.
Bow Wow, can you, like, eat this? Thank you. I wanted the bomb. Yes.
Yes, it's roosters the whole way down.
So that's
And then I
another
think-
key thing with that. When you use the mushroom, you can get pushed down into a solid thing and it'll push you down. But you open the save and quit menu, and then you can get control, like how you land. So I hold down further.
Aw.
Okay, now Bow Wow's not
Okay.
going to eat the cutscene.
So
because
Bow Wow-
I told you about. Bow Wow can eat this cutscene here if I don't mess it up.
Are stored as sprites.
But I
and
messed it up.
So this is Dungeon
but,
7.
Yeah, so I can hold down in order to land lower than I would normally land, which is how I was able to skip that hook shot thing with the mushroom.
Right.
and you'll see that again.
This dungeon's pretty cool. We skip a
is
lot of the
Dungeon
bomb
7.
triggers.
The bomb trigger dungeon.
Yes. So these pillars, you're going to take this green ball, take it with you, and knock
Explosives
down the
knock
pillars.
down pillars.
Yeah, clearly.
You don't need a giant metal ball.
Also, this shack jump is like super high risk, low reward. You fall down that pit at least like
There we
a
go.
minute. Mighty got it, because he's a gamer.
That shack jump scares me every time.
You can
Because
just do a
I fail
super
it
jump.
sometimes, and then I have to go all the way back up.
You
only
can just
to
do a
fail
super
it
jump
again.
and it just doing a normal super jump on the right side loses like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, but it looks so cool to do the shack jump.
Yeah. I really need health, because this eagle is gonna one-shot me.
You can get some health from the Goombas.
Oh yeah, true.
This is a nice Easter egg in the game. If you stomp on Goombas, they always drop hearts.
Now I gotta reset the floor because
You
they're
get an
dead.
extra bomb drop too.
That's true. Okay, so this is an awful trick. But hopefully it won't be.
We don't have hookshot, so... Oh, nice. That was
That
1 in
was
4
so good.
chance. 1 in 4 chance that the Goomba moves to the right like he needs to.
That was Link's best Mario impression. Also, we did not point out that there was a Kirby, but there was a Kirby in this dungeon.
Yes.
This is
So
the-
yeah, this boss is like really hard casually, like the only hard boss in the game. But you can just throw bombs at him. He dies. Also, just skip the text. And there's a 1.0 only glitch that I think Mighty will be doing here. That looks pretty neat.
Hopefully.
Nice.
Let's
Looks
go.
like that. Oh. Oh. Oh.
No.
Oh.
I've been messing these up recently. Oh. I do like this instrument though, it has a nice cadence to it.
Yeah, it's got tone. So by holding by buffering by buffering a save and quit menu out of that transition, you can unlock Link's movement to not fall in the pit there. Instrument 7 is second best, 2 is best. I see your point. But may I argue Dungeon 6, the triangle?
Okay, so we're actually coming up to the hardest jump in the game.
It's not this one.
No, not this. I am just failing this because I am not good at the game.
No, this jump is pretty hard still. It's reasonable. Also,
Okay.
here's Zelda.
We
This is
don't wanna-
definitely Zelda.
Go up too high or else we'll trigger a cutscene that's like a minute long.
It's pretty long. My favorite though is when you trigger her from the other side and she has to walk all the way across. It's really funny.
This is the hardest jump, not this part. This part. Oh, and I did the
Yeah,
bad thing.
It's a frame perfect thing. You have to hit like up and feather at the same frame.
There we
Nice.
are. It's very unfortunate to see that even in 1993, the Avatar merchant was losing his cabbages down the side of a mountain.
Yeah. But you know, he has his brand. You can't hate on that.
No,
This is Flame Skip. Looks like that.
when you're clipped into the wall, you don't get the knockback from the flames. allowing us to skip getting the level 2 shield in Dungeon 7. And here, not only do bombs make excellent things to turn animals into people, and pillars into dust, but also musical instruments in order to wake dragons from their sleeping slumber.
And walruses.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the walruses. And even Leviathan fishes.
True. This dungeon's pretty cool. Dungeon 8 is probably my favorite.
We're also going to get the absolute best item in this run from this dungeon. Which is coming up after the mini-boss. A poor little penguin, all alone in a fiery little cave. And I just feel so bad for him. I really wish we didn't have to kill him. Don't you?
He turns his life around in the seasons, becomes a professional boxer.
So sweet. So nice.
Yeah. He does steal some boxing gloves, though. But, it's better than trying to kill Link.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Making progress.
Baby steps, baby steps. But,
Also,
what?
This is that's a... maybe not.
So that was Blano skip. We didn't have to kill the penguin, because we're good people.
It's actually banned in DX, because you can't walk on ceiling. Like, that tile Mighty was on is technically a ceiling tile, and you're not supposed to be on it. But it's not banned in, this category's rules.
Yeah. And also, we're going to see something that might look like...
This is the true power of 1993 right here.
Oh yeah, I can just make...
Oh, that's long.
That was great! I don't even care. Shoutouts to Gabe for this amazing setup for the Roomba. A Roomba that makes ground. Puts you, right at the chest.
So yeah, I'll explain the fire rods, magic rod stuff here in a bit after this. Bye, Cue Ball. So Cue Ball pushed us down a screen, and now we're here. This is Dungeon 7, but it's actually Dungeon 8, I promise.
Yeah, there are filler rooms. You explain, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't think I know what I'm talking about either, but yeah, that's a filler room. There's a lot of rooms in Dungeon 8 that just look like Dungeon 7, and they have the level 2 bracelet, or just the bracelet chest. It's really weird. But you can go in there. It's technically still Dungeon 8, it's within Dungeon 8's bounds, so it doesn't break our rules. We're not going out of bounds. That warp thing is really weird. It's sort of a screen warp, but it's not a screen warp, I promise. It's allowed. Otherwise, this category would suck.
Yes.
That trick right there is what makes this category not absolute garbage.
So there are technicalities that make it not like a wrong warp, but even if the technicalities want to be argued, the ultimate trump card is, it just makes the category so much better.
Otherwise, we would have to skip the ghost side quest, which would require mandatory ICS, and that's never fun.
Yeah. When you get the level 2 bracelet, the game says, oh, you have the level 2 bracelet. Obviously, you have done Dungeon 6, which means that you've finished the ghost side quest, which means you don't need to do the ghost side quest. Despite not doing Dungeon 6 or getting the ghost side quest.
Never trust Hey Gabe since he cheats in a lot of games. I'm sorry, Ryan.
There are call-outs being done in chat right now. Shots being fired, I don't know.
Hey, I don't like the glitchless rules either, but...
And also, Fire the Magic Rod just absolutely demolishes this guy. Love that for me.
Yeah, so yeah, Bow Wow... The game does not like having Bow Wow. He's like... How many sprites is he?
Sprites?
He's like 5 sprites, yeah, and so he takes up a lot of sprite slots.
Not to mention... Sorry.
No, it's fine, you go ahead.
The dust from your boots, all of these enemies, It's just a lot, and you're not really supposed to have any of this here. But you might think, well, you can delete things, and it's like, yes, we can, but that causes even more lag. So it's actually slower to delete all of that. So all of that
I think
lag.
Technically, it's like faster if you get them all first try, like barely faster, but no one really goes for it.
Yes. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Okay.
So yeah,
thank you.
basically, oh, this is kind of scary. So basically, oh,
I made
that's
it
fine,
in.
though.
I
That's
made
fine.
it in.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Dying here loses like 5 seconds. So basically, Mighty's about to deload a cutscene here. It's what we call deloading. By pausing right after you shoot a fireball, it like copies or magic ball. I'm sorry. It's a magic ball because it's the magic rod. By pausing right after you shoot a magic ball, it like copies it over and over and over again and makes the game lag like crazy and doesn't let any sprites spawn in the next screen. So this dungeon is all just spamming deloading.
Yeah. This room has Wizrobes, and Wizrobes are terrible.
I
So,
don't see any
goodbye.
Wizrobes.
No Wizrobes. That was an attempted super jump. That was a better super jump. This is a chest that opens through the sheer force of a pot. I don't know how it works either, but you know. We're going to... Oh yeah, so... Another great thing about this, those horse heads, don't even have to worry about them. Because I am going to get rid of this owl statue, and... Bye, horse heads, I don't even need to worry about you. That cut, like... 90% of the dungeon.
Yeah, magic rod is pretty broken.
Yeah. Pretty great. And now... So facade is already easy, we all know this. But this facade... Literally walking right over him. And we finally get an ICS.
A real ICS.
Not one that I fake got.
So yeah, we can just skip all the bosses, all the owls, everything. It's pretty
No-
neat.
Nothing else we gotta do.
In fact, the magic rod allows us to completely skip hookshot altogether, so we won't be collecting hookshot.
Honestly, true. You know, the lag is just an ever-present beast that will never leave. But in this game, we have truly harnessed its power for the power of speed, and
Yes.
it makes us go fast.
It's really a beautiful story if you think about it.
This is not faster, but it is so much more consistent than dealing with a Helmsar, so I just get rid of that. And here we're gonna collect the key.
Road record is like a 41,
4159.
but yeah, by TGH. We harness the power of slow to go fast, indeed.
Yes.
We've used our worst enemy as speedrunners to our advantage.
It's true. Now, one thing that does happen when you deload something, like you saw with Cue Ball, it doesn't stay deloaded. You have to do it every time. That's why we got pushed down in Cue Ball's room in Dungeon 8, because the
Yeah, it
door
doesn't,
closed
like-
on us.
It doesn't really mark the enemies as defeated.
It just marks them as gone.
Yeah, basically.
So,
Nice jump.
yeah.
pretty difficult. It's like position based and timing based. It's really dumb.
The jump is annoying. But like going up here without deloading them again, the Stalfos will be here, and the Stalfos will be here. So I have to deload them again, going back through. Now technically, I can fight any boss that I fail to skip, except for this boss, because I don't get the hookshot.
Yes. This is the only thing hookshot hard required for in this game, I think. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. We're safe. Nice.
And
That was a
we
good
got the
dungeon
texture.
5.
Yeah.
Clean.
This Dungeon 5 in Warpless is probably the easiest that you get Dungeon 5. I don't know
Yeah.
about the remake Link's Awakening, but I know out of the LADX and LA categories that you do.
Dungeon 5 is known for being a little more demanding. Except in Warpless.
Yeah. Which is why Warpless is my favorite category, because Dungeon 5 doesn't suck. Oof.
Oh, nice.
That's one thing that really bums me out about not having, like, a Z-axis. When you jump over stairs, you're just on stairs.
Yeah.
You don't
Like,
really get to
switching between
jump
this-
over them.
Switching between this and Oracle's, like, stair physics it really bothers me. This feels like cheating.
It's all in the name of speed.
You haven't seen less restricted categories then of this game.
This is probably the most annoying super jump.
It maybe seem weird that we're going like doing half dungeons and then going back and finishing them, but it's faster. Because of the way that the instrument sends you back to the beginning of the dungeon when you're done with it, like after the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
It's convenient routing wise that there's a warp point in the middle of Dungeon 8.
Well, I mean, where did the fire come from? There's no fire making in it, it's magic.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are assuming. Even in LADX,
It's still shooting a magic ball. It just happens
There's-
that magic is very combustible. Okay, so we're gonna have to kill 3 enemies in a certain order. And it can be annoying. But the Stalfos is behaving, so we good. Actually, that room behaved very well. Thank you, everybody, for following your role. This delete can be really annoying, because that Stalfos, if it lands on you, just messes everything up and you have to reset the room.
goodbye, Genie. Alright. Good ACSs. That was like 5 out of 7. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Okay. So now comes a test. Ah. How to do the rod skip?
You press fire rod and then pause in the next frame. I think it's the next frame.
Yeah, there's a slight delay.
It's frame perfect.
And you want to do it... So there's a bit of space that you can be between the edge of the screen and where you're doing it, as long as you are not facing the other screen. If you're facing the other screen, you have to be directly on the edge of the screen. But if you're facing, like, up or down, like, if you're parallel to the...
You pretty much need to make screen transition while the fire is still active before it despawns. So we did not look at the book, which normally supposed to do. But the pattern is set when you, as long as you don't look at the book. Also, that was a bomb trigger. By mashing bombs while we fell, we can skip the text, and also try to go for an RNG manipulation, which works for some reason. No one's really sure why, but it does. That we can skip. We don't have powder, so we can't actually do that boss normally. But for some reason, sword also kills it if you're positioned correctly. It's really weird. This is Aghanim, and just like in Link to the Past, he can shoot blue balls or round balls. We want to get only round balls, but there's an RNG manip that Mighty's going to try to do. It's based on your even or odd X position, pretty much. Nice.
I got it.
This is Moldorm. You can do a Sunlock on him with the Spin Slash.
And that was something that I fail more often than I would like, so I'm glad I got it to show it to y'all.
This is Ganon.
Very frightening.
That was something.
I honestly don't know what it
You
is.
just Spin Slash it and it's dead.
Like, I've seen it in the fight, but I think it's supposed to be a Landmola, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I think so too.
Landmola.
It's just a circle.
Now this is Deathel, which does not... Deathel's kind of shy. He doesn't like to show his eye to people. So... But, you know, he's just here like, oh my lord, all of these people in Zelda speedruns, I just have to keep opening my eyes. So that was all for y'all. Deathel was so impressed.
Time's gonna be when the screen fades completely to white.
And time.
Cool.
That was Link's Awakening Warpless.
That was a solid run.
That was not bad.
Thank you so much, folks. 4752, Mighty.
Yeah. It's
Really
not the
good.
worst. Thanks, y'all. Hope y'all have fun. Link's Awakening is a great game. Link's Awakening Warpless is maybe not the easiest to get into, but I definitely think it's pretty fun, and so, you know, not many people run it, so if y'all want to run it, it's here.
Pretty cool guide. Yep, there's a full guide on speedrun.com/LA. I can recommend.
I would also recommend, and of course, any questions y'all can ask in the LA Discord. I didn't talk about how much I love the whale in the black and white version, but it just has a very, like, punk rock emo look that says,
Yeah,
I really woke up for this. And
it's a little more, looks a little more like a carpet in LADX.
honestly, I relate to that whale on a spiritual level at that point. So, it was super fun. Thanks y'all for having me, and that was exciting. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much, Mighty, for saving the schedule As y'all can or saw, we had somebody who was sleeping, and Mighty stepped in. Thank you so much. That helped us a lot.
And thank you so much, Gabe, for coming into the rescue and helping me commentate so late.
Indeed.
Glad I could help.
Thank you so much. We're gonna go back to break, and then gonna be back right next up with the Wind Waker 80% no manual Super Sim race. Stay tuned.